Welcome to John Essex Sports Channel. I did try and get a couple of AI predictions. I could go through the AI predictions and work out what I thought against the AI. Unfortunately, I can't find any that's really close to time-wise. They're all before December, so I don't want to really use them. So these are my predictions based on a few of the videos I've seen of other people and based on my thoughts of how things are going. It's after the Luton Town managerial announcement of Bloomfield. So we are trying to take things into consideration, how teams are moving. Please don't dislike it just because I put your team somewhere that you believe your team will not be. Instead, make a comment, give me your predictions, and we can have a discussion. And everybody else in the comments section, yeah, you can have a discussion with them as well. I don't mind. Let's make it a nice, friendly championship chat in the discussion section. It only takes a second to click the like button. Please do click the like button. I'm short on likes. I do need them to get this video rolled out. And also, if you're a new viewer, please do click the subscription subscription and click the bell, and you'll see more of me, including trying to keep going the watch-alongs on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. It's something I enjoy doing. However, I do need more viewers, so please do click the subscribe and do keep the bell clicked so you can come and watch me. Now we're going to go straight in with 24th position. Now, I know they lost Rooney, but I have to put in 24th position Plymouth Argyle for the simple reason that I just can't see that team getting any better than what it is. It would need to make some really good signings in this January window, and then they would have to gel straight away as well. For me, the style, the class. They can play some really good football. Don't get me wrong. At the beginning of the season, they played some damn good football, and I remember doing some videos and saying, I got it wrong. Rooney seems to be doing a damn good job. And I was quite shocked. But it seemed to just dry up. And somehow they just don't seem to be playing together like they did in those first few games. So in 24th position, I have Plymouth Argyle. I know I have a few subscribers from Plymouth. Yeah, what do you think that your team? Where do you think is a realistic place for your team to finish? Put it down in the comments. In 23rd, I've got a team that is still in the bottom three. However, I think they're going to drop a place. I think it's Hull City. Not seeing any sparks. I'm not seeing any sign of anything changing. And with all the other teams around them actually starting to fire a little bit better in this this middle third of the season, it's really difficult to see them not being in that bottom three. So in 23rd position, I have Hull City. In 22nd, I actually found this difficult. We're starting to see teams now that can get out of it, and we know they can. And we know they have done this team. This team have been in the bottom three for 90% of the season, then drifted out of the bottom three quite nicely and put everybody else into it. Now, in 22nd, I have to put Cardiff. I can't see them not being in it, because when you see the teams above them, directly above them in the predictions, you can see that there's a big difference in class, and I think those bottom three are certainly starting to show that they're just a little bit different class-wise to the rest of them. So in 22nd, Cardiff. Now, in 21st, I'll surprise people here, and I'm going to. I love being controversial. My first controversial hit here is 21st, Stoke City. Now, I put Stoke City down here after they signed our manager, our goalkeeper. Sorry, they wouldn't want to do that. Signed our goalkeeper, and it's interesting to see that they seem to have done better than what I thought they would do. But their defence can be really, really rocky. They can score, but they just seem to have that poor defence. And I think this team and probably the next the next 5 teams are probably mixable, because they're all quite similar in that they can score, but they can all let goals in as well. So in 21st, I have my first controversial one, Stoke City. Bit of fun, remember, so don't take it too seriously. Who listens to me? You do, hopefully. In 20th position, probably more expected, is Derby County. Now, I can't help but thinking that Paul Warne is very used to going up that table, bang, 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 and then in the second half, he always seems to get a team together that just start to float, to get injuries, cards, and all of a sudden they've got people out of the team and they just drift down. And he doesn't do well when it starts getting into a really tight-knit small group because of suspensions and injuries. And I can see this happening at Derby, and him being having to try and keep some morale in there. They're doing quite well, 18th, but they're not brilliant, and they're not ripping up the turf for me. They are a good middle table side, but there's lots of good middle table sides, and it's where the devil do you put them. So in 20th position, and I say this is one of 5 teams that could quite easily mix up. I have Derby County. In 19th, I know people are going to think, yeah, but they've changed manager and look at them charge up. They've changed manager, they've had the new manager bounce. Will it continue? No. Doesn't usually. Don't think it will. However, I don't think they're going to drop into the bottom 3, which they were certainly dropping towards it. They're playing better football, as in more classy, more stylish, more interesting football. Entertaining. No, that's the word. So they're playing a lot of entertaining football, which is great for the fans, great for the neutral. However, in 19th, I have Oxford. Now, we're starting to move up into those teams that some people are starting to think, they could actually surprise people and be in those bottom 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would say these next 3 are certainly teams that I've put here. They could be mulling around in those bottom 6 quite easily, but I don't think they will for certain reasons. In 18th, I have Luton Town. Now, Luton Town are at the minute in 20th. They don't seem to be improving. They have got just now, though, Bloomfield from Wickham, and he's done a sterling job down there with very little money. I think he could do a good job at Luton, and it's one of those things that is one of those managers, isn't he? Really exciting that you could see doing something different in the Championship instead of going for a bloody Championship manager who's probably managed 20%, 30% of the Championship size at some point or another. They've gone different, and I love the idea, but I don't think they've got a team to really spark up into the sort of mid-table. Luton Town in 18th position. The next one is in 17th is Preston North End. And I get some right stick from Preston fans. I really do. Comments on my videos. We're a lot better. We're surging up the table. Yeah, I agree. Putting Preston North End in 17th is a little bit risky. They're in 15th, but that middle of the table is so flexible. You could see them finishing anywhere from sort of 22nd up to probably 9th, 10th. It really is flat. And it's a difficult one to judge. So I have to judge it based on where do I see the other teams around you doing? And are they going to improve better than you? Yes, I think Preston are improving. Yes, I think they have been improving. And yes, I think they will improve. But unfortunately, so's everybody else. Give me your comments in the comment section. In 16th, probably another bit of a controversial one, is Portsmouth. Now, I think Portsmouth have been playing some good football, and they've actually started to get the results. That defence is a little bit ropey, but like I said, the positions around sort of 19th, 18th, 17th, and this one 16th, they have the same issue. So the only one that doesn't possibly is Preston. Not so much as the others, but certainly Portsmouth do. But they can score, and they can play some really good football. And when they're ahead, they can actually, batten down the hatches and really keep in there. So it's 16th. I think that Portsmouth are improving. I think they will improve, and I think they're improving better than some of the sides that are directly above them. In 15th, and now starting to probably get a little bit of a gap towards the end of the year. I see a little bit of a jump to the next 3, 4, 5 sides. Norwich City. I think Norwich City are not really hitting it for me. I thought they would do an awful lot better. They can. Their team can do an awful lot better. But they seem to be just struggling, and I just want. They've got a good goal difference. Their goals. There's nothing wrong with their goal difference. It's good for where they are in 11th position, +6. But I just can't see them moving ahead performance-wise. Whereas everybody else around them are changing. They're either getting better or they're getting slightly worse. So in 15th, I have Norwich City. In 14th, I have Millwall. Now, Millwall are 14th. So what am I talking about? Well, I think Millwall really, they really shocked me. They started to play good football at home, and then they fell apart at home when I was telling everybody, they're going to win. They're playing at home. They play really well at home. And what did they do? 3, 4, 5 games without winning at home. And it's like, well, I should have shut my mouth, shouldn't I? You're probably all agreeing now, aren't you? 14, I can't see them moving. And I can't see the teams around them pushing them up or down. So, in 14th, Millwall. In 13th, I have a team that I really thought were going to be higher than this. They're in 16th at the minute. It's Coventry City. Now, I think Coventry have the ability to be up there. They have been up there. They've got the skills to be up there. And they changed their manager, and actually he's a damn good manager. So there's no reason why they can't edge up that table. It's how far can they edge up the table. I think that I put them in 13th. I think they could be a little bit higher than this, but looking at the rest of the teams there, I'm thinking, where do I put them? It's really difficult. So in 13th, I plump for Coventry. In 12th, I got a team that are in 12th. They are in 12th, Swansea. And again, I can't see them pushing too far up. I can see 1 or 2 teams coming down below them, like Norwich, but I can see other teams below coming above them. So it's going to be a bit of a yo-yo bit where they might go up a couple of places and they may finish 1 or 2 places higher, or they may finish 1 or 2 places lower. It's going to be a bit of a sort of yo-yoing, I think, for Swansea City, because they're in that flat area. So in 12th, Swansea. In 11th, and we're starting to get those now that can think, we could just nick into that 5th or 6th slot. And I think all of these could certainly, or will certainly be somewhere really close to that 5th and 6th slot. So in 11th, I've got QPR. Now, again, it's much like the Swansea side. I think that Swansea could be +2, -2. I think QPR could be exactly the same. We know what QPR are like. When they put their mind to it, that team can be brilliant. I've seen some of their defensive tactics, and I thought they were so well planned and they carried it out so well, the players. The game tactics were brilliant. So even when they're not on top of the game, they have some bloody good game tactics. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I've enjoyed watching their tactics when their asses against the wall, and they're just, it's sort of very low percentage ball retention, and you're thinking, how the hell are they doing it, staying even? So in 11th, I think QPR. In 10th, and starting to really push this now, and I think there's a certain amount of movement here that I think there are going to be teams pushing ahead of this team, because I think that there's a bit of improvement, but I think Bristol City in 10th, because I think they tend to turn up or not turn up. They can't afford to do that in the second half of the season, because there's going to be teams starting to improve possibly a lot more than they are, and that's what I fear for Bristol City. Just one or two teams jumping ahead of them and pushing them down, possibly to about 10th. But at this point, these are the teams that could quite easily get into 5th or 6th. A little bit of a run, 5th or 6th is very, very reachable. In 9th, and again, I can't split some of these from where they are. Again, I have got the team in 9th. It's Watford. And why am I saying that? Well, because if you look at the teams I've got above them, I can see a slight gap appearing between Watford in 9th and the next batch. Only a few points, but I think by the end, there's possibly going to be a gap between 9th and 8th. But the ones just below it, the ones in 9th, 10th and 11th and possibly 12th, could just push into that 6th or 5th or 6th slot if they go on a big enough run. So in 9th I've got Watford. Then I go a few points ahead and just give a bit of a nibble, a bit of a gap appearing to the top 8. And in my top 8 I have got Blackburn in 8th. Now Blackburn have been so average, and I really do think they've been average. But the run of the field, they've just got the run of the game, run of the field. They get the run of the referee's decisions. They get the run of the ball. They just seem to get it right, even though their play is pretty average. It's not, for me, their style of play. I don't particularly find it brilliant. Some fans really like it, and other fans hate it. Tell me what you think. I'm sort of like, no, I'm on the fence. I don't particularly like it. I'm on the sort of not liking side of the fence, just. The style is a little bit boring to me. However, they get it done. They may only win 1-0, but they get the job done and they get the 3 points. So in 8th, I've got Blackburn. In 7th, we've got West Brom. You can see we're starting to just move teams one either side, aren't we? So what's changed? A couple of changes up here. So in 7th, I've got West Brom, and I think West Brom are one of those teams that just seem to just push and miss out at the last. And I can see them missing out at the last minute again. Why? Well, because of the next team. In 7th, I've got West Brom. In 6th, I've got Sheffield Wednesday. Now, as a Rotherham fan, I hate saying this. I really do. And Wednesday fans will be saying, I've got a Rotherham fan saying they're going to hit in the top 6. I said right at the beginning of the season, don't be surprised if they actually end up in the top 6. And I'm sticking by it, because in fact I put them down a place. I think I said 5th in my first video. I'm going to put them down a place to 6th. But I still think that they have turned it round, haven't they? Absolutely. They're up to 10th, and they are going upwards. There's only one way they're going. It's just a case of how far up will they go and who will they go above, like Blackburn, like West Brom. And I can certainly see that. So in 6th place, Sheffield Wednesday. In 5th, we have the next side, which is Borough. Now, I say that because the top 4 for me are the top 4. I cannot stop thinking about the top 4. We've already got Borough on 41 points and Sunderland on 50. I can't see that stopping anytime soon. Borough, top of the pile, in 5th, and then we see a massive gap to the four that I believe will be taking the top. Well, they'll probably hold the top three that go up. Now, so we know who they are. They're Sheffield United. We know they're Sunderland. We know it's Burnley, and we know it's Leeds. So, have I changed it? Well, yeah. And you know, I've put Sheffield United in fourth. I think that Borough are actually going to almost catch Sheffield United up yet again. Will they pass them this time? I don't think they will. I think the torrid time that Sheffield United have got with injuries and things will eventually get better, but I think it's going to take a while. It's going to take longer than they think. Sheffield United, fourth position, they could lose it and get it into fifth, but I think they'll just about scrape it yet again, because they nearly lost a position last time, didn't they, to Borough last time they were in this league. So in third, Sunderland. I have to go with Sunderland. They've been great. They've been not so great. I mean, I can say not so great when they've never been out of the top six, I don't think. But they've been great. They've been okay, a good top six team, and then they started to pick up a few performances. Don't think they've quite polished it off yet. And if anything, I think this is probably, together with Sheffield United, the two maybe being pushed by Borough or even Sheffield Wednesday towards the end of the season. Be very careful. We could see Sheffield Wednesday beating Sheffield United in the league positions. Dare I say that as a Rotherham fan? Oh my God! And now I've got Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday fans all commenting on me. I hope you do. Please tell me where you think your team will finish. In second, I have to go for Burnley. I can't see them catching Leeds. So in first place, I have Leeds United. I just cannot see them not coming first. Whenever they've been playing poorly, and they have played poorly a few times, they've always got their backs to the wall and then suddenly come back in stints, several games in a row, making sure that they get back on track, or even in games where they've gone behind and come back. They always seem to be able to come back and say, we're not going to let go of this first position. And they do seem to do it quite well. A very dogged performance, I think, from Leeds United. I do think Burnley, if they got their act together, could take first place. But I think it's more likely to be Leeds United being first. So we've got first place, Leeds United. Please do like and subscribe. Please do share it, and I shall see you on our next video. Please do like and subscribe. John Esser's Sports Channel, over and out.